Hello everybody, today we're going to unbox, take a close-up look and test the GEARGO Dash Cam. So let's go ahead and open up the box. So this is an in-car dashboard camera and here are some of its features. And now let's go ahead and open up the box by, of course, lifting up the box lid and just checking the underside, making sure that there's nothing left on the underside. Let's set the box lid to the right hand side of the frame right there. And now you can see the dash cam sitting very nicely in its tray packaging right there. It does have a very large 4-inch screen or display. Let's pop it out from its packaging right here. And let's continue to remove the rest of the contents. And always checking the underside. I'm just going to give you a look inside the box right now at the accessories as they sit. Okay, and let's continue to remove the contents from the box. And of course, let me just do a bit of reshuffling with the tabletop layout to make sure that everything can fit in the frame. Okay, so that's the box emptied. We can set the box to the side and of course rearranging the contents across the tabletop so you can see all the items that were just removed from the box packaging of the GEARGO Dash Cam. So there we have it, all the contents laid out very neatly across the tabletop. Let's start off by first taking a look at this thank you card from GEARGO. Okay, so some details about some customer support, contact details, and of course a note of appreciation. So we're going to set the card to perhaps the top left hand side, and moving on to the next item, we do have the user manual for the GEARGO Dash Cam. So pretty chunky booklet as you can see, and let's flip it open. So this is a 1080p camera, of course showing you the contents right there. So the reason why this book or user manual is so thick is because the instructions are covered in 6 different languages. So giving you a close-up look right there to the controls of the dash camera, and then moving on to the next page and so on and so forth. So just giving you some reference material here just in case you've lost your user manual or want to find out more about the product before buying it. Hopefully this video does help you out somewhat. And of course there are some specifications as well there, and then troubleshooting. And okay, I think that's the English section of the user manual covered. Not much point to go through the rest of the instructions, it'll just take way too long. Setting now down the user manual and then moving on to the next item. Let's start off with the smallest item right here. So it appears to be a windscreen mount, suction cup mount. So giving you a close-up look right here with a rotatable ball right there. Always good to see as you mount it on your windscreen, and with good levels of adjustability with the tightening of the ball mount right there, and of course the lever to lock down the suction cup and release it as well, of course. So a nice good view right there, and to give you some perspective with the suction cup mount resting in the palm of my hand. Okay, so nice good view, and of course you want to see the screw thread as well and how it screws into the dash cam. Okay, now I'm going to set that on the top right hand side for now. We'll do some reshuffling later on. Moving on to the next item, of course, there is a cigarette lighter adapter right here to power up, and of course just dropped an SD card of my own. Don't worry, that's not part of the package. So just showing you the lighter, of course, and you can see it does have a very long line of cable right there, and with the connector it does have what appears to be a mini USB connector that will plug into the dash camera. Okay, so right there, nice good look at the power adapter, the cigarette lighter version, of course, that will plug into your car's or vehicle's cigarette lighter to power your dash cam. Just giving you a look right there, and close-up detail right there, and once again that connector right there being a mini USB connector. Okay, and now moving on to the next item. We do have a packet here. Let's tip the contents out from it, and making sure nothing else is left behind. Let's take a look at the small item here. So it appears to be what appears to be a foam adhesive mount with two little Phillips head screws on them. In the packet, I mean. There we go. And this might be used for securing the rear camera. So this dash camera does have a dual camera setup, and here is the rear camera. So the rear camera does have 4 LEDs, one in each corner, and you can mount this either on your rear windscreen or near your license plate or bumper. It's right there, and then giving you a look at the connector as well. It appears to be a little earphone type jack, but of course a little bit smaller than that, or narrower than that. And there you see the plate, the mounting plate there, that will work with the adhesive foam, which I've just shown in that packet there, with the 2 black screws. And just to give you an all-round look, so size-wise, I'm going to rest it in the palm of my hand to give you some sense of scale right there. Okay, so not too big and chunky. And now giving you a kind of really close-up look into the details of this rear, reverse, or rear mounted lens or camera. And of course you can see there is a pretty long run of cable right there, so that you can connect it from your dash cam into the and line it into the rear of your vehicle, or you can position it in the front as well if you want a 2 front camera setup, entirely up to you. So there we go. And then moving on to the next item, or the main item itself, which is the GEARGO Dash Cam. Let's pop it out from its plastic wrapper, and giving you a nice close-up look. It almost looks like a portable camera, point and shoot camera. It is massive in terms of size right there, only because of its very large 4-inch LCD screen or display. There we go, giving you a nice good look right there at the display or screen of this GEARGO Dash Cam. So showing you the side profile as well as to the controls and buttons right there on the side. So right there you can see mode, up, OK, power, down, and menu on the right hand side of the GEARGO Dash Cam. which lines up with the buttons on the edge of the camera. And on the front, there we go, we do have a flash or LED light, lens of course, and just to show you how much that lens protrudes out from the main body of the dash cam. So giving you all different perspectives. You can see there is a micro SD card slot there as well. So giving you a very thorough all-round look at this GEARGO Dash Cam, and from the top side down as well, just so you can see the connectors and of course the screw thread. Excuse me, just had a tickle in my throat. And you can see the power connector there with the mini USB port, the screw thread for mounting onto the windscreen mount, and of course this socket here appears to be the socket for connecting the rear camera. Okay, so nice good look all around. And the nice thing about this dash cam is that it does have continuous recording as well as G sensor or impact recording as well. So if it detects any shock or G sensor activity when your vehicle is in parked mode, it will record automatically, especially useful for hit and run cases, which I've been a victim of. Okay, so you can see, giving you some perspective once again as to the size and scale of this GEARGO Dash Cam. I've had a very good all-round look at the connectors and buttons and ports of this dash cam, and lastly just giving you some sense of scale resting in the palm of my hand. Okay, so let's try and power it up, see if it powers up without any direct power connection. No, it does not. Or perhaps the battery is flat. So either way, we can't power it up right now. But nonetheless, we will test it out, the GEARGO Dash Cam.
Okay, so we're back with the GEARGO Dash Cam, and I've been testing it out a fair bit, and I've noticed that the rear camera quality is actually pretty poor. However, the main front-facing camera quality is rather respectable. And there's another thing I've noticed is that in the standby kind of parking sensor or G sensor type of impact trigger modes, the battery doesn't last long enough to record everything that happens, so you might want to connect the dash cam to an external power source or power supply to make sure that it always has some juice in the battery to be able to record any kind of impact trigger or parking incident. Okay, so now let's go ahead and check out the camera quality by driving around a bit. Right now it's early morning and daybreak should happen anytime soon. here, this dash cam is not immune to button rattle when your car's revs are pretty low.